radio stick here. What are we going to do today? I know. There's a little church I know not far from here. It's on the side of a mountain in southern Abruzzo. Rather unassuming but smart church with a secret. What will that secret be? Well, we'll get there on the bike and see what we can see. Do a little bit of vlogging along the way, one or two places of interest perhaps. And the main place is this church that we'll be visiting this afternoon. A bit of a bridge along the way. It's pretty flipping high, this thing, and there's no handrails on it. A lovely vista. We'll go and have a look at the river in a minute. The mountains in the background. Have a walk around to the bridge. See what I mean about no handrails. It does feel rather spooky when you get round here. It's alright at the beginning, but after you've done the first couple of yards, then it gets a bit scary. But it's typical of the kind of bridges around southern Abruzzo, really. The other thing about this, as you can see now, it's just one way, or at least it's single traffic. It's not you can't pass. I'm going to grab hold of this one before we look over the edge. Pretty spectacular. The river's up at the minute because we've had a lot of rain recently, so it's a lot fuller than it would normally be at this time of year. Spectacular, very beautiful. It's up there on the side of a mountain hillside, if you like, and the place we're going to, the church we're going to, is kind of nestled in halfway down. As I said on the intro, it's a church with a secret, really. Nothing spectacular from the outside, but it's got that secret on the inside, and it's a nice place to visit actually, especially on a hot day. These are the Italian roads. Brilliant. Spectacular countryside around here, as you can see. Heavily wooded, steep valleys, very, very pretty. Some really interesting places to visit, and this is going to be the first of many Abruzzo places where we aim to get out either in the car or on the bike and visit some of these beautiful places, most of which people have never heard of course. When you're talking about Italy, people know about Roma and Milan and Naples and Florence, and quite rightly so, but there's an awful lot of very, very pretty, some of them very old medieval places that have got a great deal to offer, especially the tourist who is maybe touring around in a car with a caravan or a motorhome or on a bike, and you can easily miss a lot of these places, but they're well worth a visit. So our Abruzzo tours are going to be taking in a lot of these smaller places, towns, villages, places of interest where you can pay a visit for a couple of hours or maybe the whole day, enjoy coffee, see some of the old sights, and just watch life pass by, really. I love people watching, very interesting. We're approaching now the right-hand turn that takes us downhill, and it's a pretty steep descent as well. I wouldn't want to ride a bike up here. A cycle, it would be a fairly stiff challenge. It's very pretty, and a bit bumpy, as you can see. Thank you, O'Reilly. The sides of the roads have been planted with these some type of fir tree, particularly nice when it's hot. for some shade, and they do smell beautiful as well. But the whole side of the mountain is covered mainly in oak, but there's some beech in there, lime, some elms, find quite a few of them, and ash, a lot of ash as you would expect halfway up the mountain. They come down this road in processions to the church. I think here's a shrine where they'd stop, just pay homage before they carried on. You don't want to come down here when it's icy either, you might not get out. We've plunged into a lot of deep shade now, which is quite nice. And we arrive in the car park. There's a church and a building, public building. There's some loos here as well. I'll just put the bike in here. One of the attractions of this church is this water. This comes straight down from the mountain up there, and it just runs into this trough. There used to be fish in it last year, but I can't see any at the moment. Yeah, it's not in at the minute. That's rather nice. The Kimco, the mountains, the view, beautiful. So, what happens when you get here? Well, let's say there's a car park where you can park your car, your bike, and there's public loos in there if you need them. Not a pleasant approach really. Sounds like that water's gone away. It's quite peaceful here. And this is where we're going to have a look at. You can see that there. That's San Michele. Don't know if you can read that. It's surrounded by thriving spontaneous vegetation. The shrine is adjacent to an ancient cave where, according to legend, St. Michael, archangel, appeared. According to the legend, every evening a shepherd from Palmoli used to wait for his young bull that kept disappearing into the depths of the mysterious trails for the entire day. One day he finally decided to follow it. Wherever the animal went, the thick vegetation opened up as by magic, and at last the young bull stopped and bowed in front of a cave. A blinding light spread from the cave, and Michael the archangel appeared. The shepherd fainted when he was extremely thirsty, and the only thirst could be quenched by this particular place, the cave. Beautiful doors. Have a look at them on the way out. As Italian churches go, it's fairly plain inside. Normally speaking, they're like painted ceilings and stuff, but not here. You can see only small. Don't know how many people you get in here, but not so many. And of course the secret is the cave at the back of the church. grotto as it's called. Don't know whether the camera's going to pick much up in here, because it really is very dark. Ooh, just got a drip of cold water down my neck. Believe you me, the water here is very cold. That's the Archangel, or the Angel Michael, I guess. So there can't be many caves, churches in the world with a cave on the back of them. Or I suppose conversely, not too many caves in the world with a church in front of them. It's a very peaceful place, very peaceful. Worth a visit. Certainly if you can look up when there's a festival here or festa. Look at these doors, amazing doors, really heavy. Jeez. Yeah, if you can look up when there's a festival or a festa, then, which is Italian for festival, then it would be an amazing place. There's also, as you can see, footpaths and stuff where you can walk up into the mountains. Old tree stump there. It's a wonderfully panoramic view, apart from the power cables. Up there, if you can see, is a place called PAT Life. Believe you me, that is high up in the air. We'll do an Abruzzo visit there, Abruzzo Places visit, because the views are, as you can imagine, spectacular. You can see the sea. But for the meantime, we're here at San Michael, pretty little church. Halfway down a mountain in the south of Abruzzo. A church with a secret, a little grotto. There's lots of little churches like this in Italy, lots of big churches as well, of course, and they're all worth a visit, they really are. Slip a couple of euros in the collection box, it does help. I know from personal experience that a lot of these churches are maintained by the locals who've just got what they can gather together and help keep the place maintained, painted, car parks clear, etc. So a couple of euros here and there doesn't go any harm. Most of the churches you ever visit in Italy are open all the time, even in tiny little places like this. So don't be afraid to pull over, just have a look inside. Some of them are very old, and certainly all of them are well worth a visit. And as we conduct our Abruzzo tours, this is the first of them of course, we'll certainly be visiting lots of churches along the way. Very, very interesting places indeed. So I hope you enjoyed that, the first of our Abruzzo hidden tours videos, or hidden places I say. Big thumbs up please, subscribe to the channel, please feel free to share the videos with other people who might find them of interest. The full address, by the way, of the church is the, got it here, is the Sanitario di San Michael Arcangelo, Liscia, Abruzzo, Italy. Postcode is 66050. Put that in your sat nav, might see you there one day. It's a very interesting place. But this was just the first of our Abruzzo hidden places videos. We don't just do Abruzzo hidden places, we do adventures here on the old farmstead, other tours and walks, other places of interest and our adventures as we go through the year with all the fruits and nuts and all the rest of it that we grow. So if you think that might be of interest to you, please subscribe to the channel, then you don't miss anything in the future. Look forward to seeing you again soon, and in the meantime, this is Variostic saying ciao ciao for now.